Hi everyone, and welcome to Friday Night Live. I am your host, Crystal Fry, a woman's best friend. Tonight we are talking about self-talk and why it's important. Why what you're saying to yourself day in and day out, that script that you write inside your head, why that matters. It matters because what's inside your head determines how you're going to approach every situation in your life. What you say to yourself, whether it's negative or whether it's positive, is going to impact how you view things. It's going to impact how you feel about yourself. It's going to impact how you see yourself, how you show up for yourself, how you show up for others. It's going to ultimately determine how other people see you as well. And it's also going to ultimately determine what you allow, how you allow others to treat you. Your self-talk is so very important. And I can tell this to you on a very, very, very transparent, very honest level. Your self-talk does have a direct impact on how you feel about yourself. If you are telling yourself every day that you're not good enough to do something, if you are waking up in the morning and you really just don't understand why you're even getting out of bed today because, yesterday was a horrible day, today is going to be a horrible day, every day is going to be a horrible day because, my life is miserable, guess what? You are creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. What you think about, you bring about. So if you are waking up in the morning and trying to understand why you're even going to get out of bed, that sets the tone for your entire day. That sets the tone for everything because that is where you're going to start and you're going to spiral from there. The good news is if you, on the flip side of that, decide that you are going to wake up and you're going to change that mindset, and instead of thinking, wow, yesterday was a crappy day, today is going to be a crappy day too, change the script, rewrite the script inside your head to say, you know what? Hey, I woke up this morning. And that in and of itself is something that I can be grateful for. And I now have a brand new canvas to start to paint with. I now have a brand new opportunity to make something out of this day. That also will set the tone for your day. But it's going to set the tone in a much more positive way. It's going to start you generating thoughts that are looking for opportunities. It's going to get you in the mindset that things are possible. It's going to get you looking for those opportunities and those possibilities instead of blindly walking by them and not noticing them because you've already told yourself you're going to have a bad day. So as you're thinking about what your personal self-talk is, I'll tell you a little bit about what mine was and what it is now. My personal self-talk was actually really bad. That's kind of putting it mildly. I woke up every day, and while I didn't have the thoughts of why am I even bothering to get out of bed today, I would get up and say, okay, it's a new day. What are we going to do? And then I would allow little thoughts to come in. I would think about what I had to do for the day, and then I would allow those things to come in, like, oh, I've got a project due. Like, okay, well, I can do that. Yeah, but I'm probably going to mess this up. Or, okay, I know that I need to, drop the boys off. I know that I need to get this done. I know that I need to go and do this, this, and this. And maybe I was tired that day and I didn't get everything done that I wanted to get accomplished. And so then I would start beating myself up about it. That, I couldn't get the stuff done that I wanted to do because I wasn't, a good enough mom. I wasn't a good enough friend. I didn't do that thing that I told my friend that I was going to do. I didn't, I really wanted to clean the house today and I'm just tired. And instead of recognizing that, I needed some rest, I beat myself up because I didn't go clean my house from top to bottom, So, and all of that, those started in my mind. All of that started between my ears with what I was telling myself. I had been telling myself for years and years and years that it really didn't matter what I did anyway, because it wasn't going to be good enough at all. It didn't matter what it was. I wasn't going to be able to be the person that I wanted to be because I was not good enough to be that person. I didn't deserve to be that person. I was not worthy of having those things that that person would have. All of that was generated inside my head. And the reason why I'm stressing that so much is because no one else told me that I wasn't going to be able to do it. No one told me that I was a bad mom. But if I didn't do the things that I put pressure on myself to do, that I had created this wild fantasy of what a good mom looks like, if I didn't do those things, then I would torture myself mentally about how horrible of a mother I was because I didn't do those things. You guys, I'm not a bad mom. I'm actually a pretty good mom. If you ask my kids, they say I'm pretty great. But that didn't matter to me because what was going on inside my head was, you're not going to be good enough to get this done. You're not going to be good enough to, be impactful. You're not going to be good enough to raise, responsible children to turn into responsible adults. You're not going to be good enough to, to finish this thing that you need to finish so that you can be accomplished in something. That was the constant script that was inside my head. Again, for years, for decades even. That is all that it was. And I had, tried to do a little bit of work on myself and a little self-reflection and thought, well, maybe I have a fear of success. Maybe I have a fear of failure. Maybe I have a fear of, whatever it was. And a topic for another night, we can dig into that a little bit deeper about where all of that really kind of came from. But bottom line, I didn't want to disappoint anyone. That was a big driver for me. I know I've mentioned on a lot of videos before that all of my decisions, my whole world was predicated on the opinions of other people. What they were going to think about what I was doing, what they were going to think about my decisions, what they were going to think about, what I fed my kids for dinner, what they were going to think about what I was doing in my job. It was all predicated on someone else's opinion because I didn't want to disappoint anyone. That was a huge driver for me. Luckily, I was able to get to a point where I realized that it was actually me who was creating those thoughts inside my head, and was able to get to a point where I understood why those thoughts were coming. And when you know why you're having thoughts like that, when you know where that's coming from, that's an incredibly powerful thing to discover, because you can then, once you recognize it, once you see it, you can then change it. And that is 100% where your self-talk comes in. So as soon as you start to have that negative thought, what you have to do is replace it with another one. A positive one, not another negative thought. You want to replace that with a negative one. So again, like I said in the beginning, if you wake up and you go, I don't even know why I woke up today. Well, you woke up today because you obviously still have a purpose of walking around here on this earth. Else, if your purpose is done, then you're not walking around anymore. So the fact that you woke up means that you still have meaning and purpose. And so what are you going to do with that now? Instead of looking at your day as if, nothing's going to go right, nothing's going to go your way, start telling yourself, start expecting new opportunities, start expecting new possibilities, start expecting something different. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. It does not happen. You cannot continue to eat a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts every single day and meet your weight loss goals. It's just not going to happen. You can't continue to tell yourself every single day that you're never going to make anything of your life and expect to be successful in anything. Those two things, they don't go together. You've got to wake up with the mindset, and you've got to continue the mindset throughout your day that what you're doing is meaningful. Even if you don't know what your purpose is, even if you don't know what you're supposed to be doing in life. For a long time, for a lot of years, my favorite thing was, I'm whatever age, I'm 25, I'm 26, I'm 30, I'm 32, I'm 35. Good grief, I still don't know what I want to do with my life. I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. And that was all, again, because I was spending so much time being focused on what other people thought about me. I never took time to think, gosh, what do I think about me? What do I want to do? What purpose am I serving? And really had to dig into that to discover what that was. And that's one of the reasons why I am here every Friday night, because I found what my purpose is, what I need to be doing. And so it is a process that is important for you to go through if you want to see meaningful change in your life. If you want to see your life go from, kind of gray and on the dark side to where you're letting the light come in. And that will turn into where you're actually letting the light come out of you, your light, and being able to share that with the world, being able to share that with other people, being able to share what you were created with in the way that you were created to share it. So as you're looking at your self-talk and identifying what areas need some improvement, the first thing to do, and guys, it's just you. It's you and you. You talk to yourself all day long, whether you want to admit it or not. Your thoughts, it's your voice. Sometimes it's someone else's voice. Sometimes it's multiple people up there, people from your past, people from your present, saying things like, because it may be something that you heard when you were a kid. Maybe when you were a kid, your mom or dad or someone else close to you said, and not in a way that they were trying to hurt you, but what they said was, oh, you want to be, a singer, an actress, you should probably, think about a serious job, right? A serious job, a serious 9-to-5 steady job, when really all you want to do is become a Broadway actor or actress. The thing is that when we're kids and we hear things like that, our minds take that for what it is. And our child brains are not able to process the fact that, one, it's coming from a place of love most of the time, but two, that it's not up to them what you do with your life. It's up to you. If you want to be on Broadway, then by golly, go be on Broadway. At least take the steps that you need to get yourself in that position. But we get stuck because we hear something like that from way back when, and it sticks in our head. It sticks there. And it becomes something that we play over and over and over again. And you may be at a point where you don't even realize how negative your self-talk is.